CEO Desmond Williams stood on the balcony of Williams and Associates, overlooking the Atlanta skyline. To the city, he was the man who transformed the ATL into the Southeast Emerald City. Yet beneath his polished image, a quiet unease lingered. As his hands gripped the marble railing, he imagined dirt settling beneath his manicured fingernails. The same concrete he once poured to save the historic Fourth Ward was already beginning to crack, not from age, but from shortcuts he'd ignored. That morning, a manila envelope waited on his desk. Inside were photographs of support beams collapsing inside Williams' legacy towers, and another of Desmond shaking hands with Mario Bates, Atlanta's most feared fixer. The narrative Desmond constructed around resilience and restoration was fracturing. The handshake felt like a signature on his undoing. "You look like you've seen a ghost." Janice, his lead consultant, emerged from the shadows of the office. She was one of the few people who understood how his mind worked. Desmond could manage zoning laws, political negotiations, and billion-dollar developments without hesitation, yet still lose himself in the simplest moral decision. He understood structures better than consequences. "The pillars are failing," Desmond said quietly. "Bates used Substar rebar and I signed off on it. I wanted the margins higher. I wanted the skyline." The confession lingered between them. He could still bury the evidence, blame subcontractors, protect investors, preserve the Williams name, while families in the lower units carried the consequences. That option remained painfully available. However, the damage had spread beyond the towers. His capacity to recognize his own limits had deteriorated long before the structures did. For years, he had hid the parts of himself that never fit others' expectations, masking uncertainty with arrogance. The mask was splitting. "You need to stop pretending this is about saving the city," Janice said, stepping fully into the light. "This is about survival now." Bates sent the photos. He wants the deed to the entire development, or he's taking everything to the DA. The betrayal landed harder than the collapse itself. Desmond suddenly understood the city he had helped create. Every symbol of success concealed another compromise. Every tower rested on something unstable. He had spent years chasing power without noticing the trap formed beneath him. Now he stood in the middle of it. The decay was no longer hidden inside the walls. It had become the ground beneath his feet. For the first time in his life, Desmond Williams could no longer look away.